Legend of Yufei, Chapter 53.
So Marshal Yu, he's positioned his main army outside this place called Chanzu, ready to take on Yang Mo.
And Yang Mo isn't just waiting passively. He deploys this pretty legendary formation, right? The Five Directions Array.
Exactly. And it's formidable, not just a random bunch of soldiers. It's structured, deeply symbolic, based on the five elements.
Cold, wood, water, fire, earth. I remember that.
Right. And the design is clever. It's circular almost, with ambushes set up front, back, left, right, all designed so each part supports the others.
Like interlocking gears, making it seem very almost impossible to break through.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
Designed to be virtually impenetrable. But what's really fascinating is Yufei's counterplan.
Okay, so how does he tackle it? Does he just try brute force?
No, that's the brilliant part. He doesn't just throw men at it. He looks at the arrays logic, that whole five elements thing. And he develops this really methodical plan that basically mirrors it, but also kind of inverts it. It's like a strategic judo move.
Using its own structure against it. Clever.
Very. He assigns specific teams to each direction, and each assignment has a specific element-based purpose. It shows he really understood not just tactics, but the deeper philosophy behind the enemy's setup.
That sounds incredibly sophisticated. Was that kind of elemental strategy common back then, or was Yufei doing something really new here?
That's a great question. I mean, elemental philosophy was definitely part of Chinese thinking, no doubt, but integrating it so precisely into battlefield tactics on this scale.
And then countering it with its own logic.
Exactly. That really highlights Yufei's, exceptional ingenuity. He was basically speaking Yang Mo's strategic language to take him down.
So, give us an example.
Okay, so for the south section, which might be associated with fire in the array, Yufei knew the principle water overcomes fire. So he sends He Wenqing's force, 3,000 men, specifically with black flags and black armor symbols of water to hit that flank.
Wow. So he's not just breaking lines, he's sort of dismantling the enemy's whole conceptual framework from the inside.
You got it. He assigned his top guys, Yu Huolong to the west with the red flag team.
Yeah.
Yu Yun, his own son, to the north with yellow flags. He Longqing, as we said, south with black flags. Zhang Xian to the east with white flags, thinking gold overcomes wood. Each gets 3,000 crack troops.
And the center, what happens there?
The center. Crucial. He tasks Yang Zixing, along with Zhang Yang and Zhang Li, with one critical job: cut down the enemy commander's flag.
Right. Take out the command symbol, cause chaos.
Precisely. It's about decapitating the leadership right at the core. And Yufei himself, he's commanding the main army, the reserve, ready to jump in and support any of those 5 points if needed. It's layered, comprehensive.
Okay, so that's the land assault. But wasn't there something happening on the water, too?
Yes, absolutely. This wasn't happening in isolation. At the same time, Marshal Han Shizong, another major Song commander, had coordinated his attack date.
So a pincer movement, almost. Land and water.
Kind of, yeah. Han Shizong launches this sophisticated naval attack. He's got small, fast boats under guys like Yang Hu and Ruan Liang for interception.
Okay.
The famous New Gao providing broader naval support. And then Han Shizong himself leading the big warships. It's a serious fleet.
So Yang Mo suddenly gets hit from both sides. Land forces engaging his array and a major naval battle starting up.
Exactly. The sources say he got reports on both fronts pretty much simultaneously. Imagine getting that news. Puts him in a really tough spot strategically.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? He decides to personally lead the fight against Han Shizong on the water.
Right. He entrusts the defense of his base, the Dongting Palace, to Yang Qin, and maybe most importantly asks Wu Shangzi to protect his family.
Do you think he underestimated Yufei's land attack? Or maybe he just didn't trust his own generals to hold the line?
It's hard to say for sure. Maybe he thought the array was strong enough. Maybe he felt the naval threat under Han Shizong was the main danger he had to face himself. Or maybe he just didn't realize how shaky the loyalty within his own camp actually was.
That seems like a crucial point. Because that trust he placed, it backfired spectacularly, didn't it?
Oh, massively. And incredibly quickly. The whole thing started to unravel.
So Yufei's attack on the array starts. How does it go initially?
Pretty well for Yufei's side. His generals start making quick work of Yang Mo's lieutenants on the perimeter. Yu Huolong takes out Kui King in the west.
Okay.
He Wenqing kills Quian in the south. Yu Yun defeats Jin Feihu up north. Zheng Huai beats Zhu Lun in the east. It's like dominoes falling.
Systematically taking down the command structure.
Exactly. But the real killer blow wasn't just military force, it was betrayal.
Ah, right. The enemy within.
It's a classic theme, isn't it? But so potent here. Yang Mo's biggest weakness wasn't Yu Fei's army, it was the loyalty deficit in his own ranks.
It's a good reminder, even outside of battlefields, your internal team, your alliances,
Yeah.
if those aren't solid.
Your external defenses might not matter much. The sources show that one of Yang Mo's key generals, Wang Zuro, had already secretly flipped. He surrendered the East Ear wooden stockade to Yu Fei.
Wow, okay, so there were cracks already there.
Big ones. And Wang Zuro wasn't alone. Two others, Yang Chengfang and Luo Yanqing, were apparently already thinking about switching sides. The ground was unstable under Yang Mo's feet from the start.
And then comes that really dramatic moment.
Oh, yeah. So Yang Zexing, leading Yu Fei's central push, is in this intense fight with Yang Fan, who is known as the Little Overlord, a really tough warrior on Yang Mo's side.
Right.
Then Yang Chengfang charges forward. For a second, everyone probably thinks, okay, he's coming to help Yang Zexing.
But no.
But no. In a complete shocker, he swings around and strikes down Yang Fan from behind, kills him on the spot.
Oh, in the middle of the battle. Brutal.
Absolutely brutal. And that act, that public betrayal, must have sent shockwaves through Yang No's troops.
I bet. And then Luo Yanqing makes his move.
Immediately after, Luo Yanqing openly declares he's siding with Marshal Yu, and that just opens the floodgates. Widespread desertions start happening. The Five Directions array, that supposedly impenetrable formation,
Just melts away from the inside out. Undone by people switching sides.
Exactly. The human element trumped the strategic design.
But the betrayals weren't over yet, were they? There was something even more personal.
Yeah, arguably the most devastating blow for Yang Mo himself. Remember the two guys he trusted with his base and his family?
Yang Qin guarding the palace and Wu Shangzi protecting the family.
Those two, they turned against him too. They didn't just surrender, they actively led Marshal Yu's forces right into the water stockade and the Dongting Palace itself.
Oh man, so they guided the enemy right to the heart of everything.
They did, and the result was total destruction. Yu Fei soldiers stormed through the palace.
Chaos, fires.
Complete chaos, and they killed Yang Mo's entire family, everyone, then set the palace ablaze, his whole world literally going up in flames.
And Yang Mo hears about this
Yeah.
while he's still fighting Han Xizong.
Can you imagine? He's locked in this naval battle, and then reports start flooding in. The array's broken, his generals betrayed him, his home is destroyed, his family gone.
It's just devastating.
The sources say he just cried out in agony, vowing revenge, but I mean, what was left? His rebellion was collapsing around him.
And the naval battle wasn't going well either.
No. Adding insult to injury, Niu Gao, on Han Xizong's side, managed to persuade another key naval general of Yang Mo's, Hua Pufang, to defect as well.
It's just a cascade.
Total cascade. Overwhelmed, heartbroken, his forces dissolving on land. Yang Mo is eventually defeated by Han Xizong, forced into the water, captured by Yang Hu and Ruan Liang. It was over. Done. His whole uprising crushed in, like, hours.
Wow. The speed of that collapse is incredible.
It really is. And there's one more tragic footnote to this part of the story.
Who's that?
Hua Yonggong, Yang Mo's chief strategist, the architect, perhaps, of that Five Directions array.
The planner.
Right. He starts getting these reports one after another. The array is broken, generals defecting, palace destroyed, Yang Mo defeated and captured, everything. He'd apparently called Yang Mo's setup an iron bucket-like kingdom, thought it was totally secure.
And seeing that iron bucket just shatter.
The weight of it, the complete and utter failure of everything he built, it was too much for him. The sources say he was overwhelmed by the loss and he committed suicide.
That's incredibly bleak. The strategist falling with the strategy. It really hits home, doesn't it? That these aren't just historical accounts. These were real people with immense pressures and, well, devastating consequences.
Absolutely. While the sources maybe don't give us his whole life story, they paint him as deeply intelligent and loyal to Yang Mo's cause. That investment, it makes the fall personal, not just professional.
Yeah. His suicide really underlines that connection between the strategists and the fate of their leader's ambition.
It does. A really poignant end to that whole rebellion.
Okay, so Yang Mo is defeated, captured, his rebellion completely crushed, his family gone, his strategist dead. You'd think maybe Marshal Yu gets a moment, right? A breather. Maybe even victory parade.
You would think. But that's what's so striking about this narrative in Shuo Yu Quanzhuan. There's almost no pause. The story just pivots immediately, sharply, to an entirely new threat. And honestly, One that makes Yang Mo's rebellion look like a minor skirmish in comparison.
Seriously. Bigger than all that.
Exponentially bigger. Right after dealing with Yang Mo, Marshal Yu gets this terrifying intelligence report.
Okay, what does it say?
It says the Jin Fourth Prince, Wuzu, a major enemy of the Song, has gathered this colossal army. We're talking 2 million soldiers.
Wait, did you say 2 million?
2 million, pulled together from 6 different nations, 3 provinces, and they're not just raiding the border. They are marching straight for the Central Plains, the heartland.
Oh my.
And they're already getting close to a really critical strategic point. Suxian Town.
2 million soldiers heading for Zuxian Town.
Yeah.
That's an apocalypse scenario for the Song dynasty. It completely dwarfs Yang Mo's forces.
It's an existential threat.
Right.
And Marshal Yu's reaction, it's pure leadership under fire. Instantaneous. Urgent.
No time for celebrating the last victory then.
Yeah. Absolutely none. Even though his forces are probably still mopping up after the Yang Mo fight, he doesn't hesitate. His focus shifts completely to this new invasion.
So what does he do?
Immediate orders. He starts dispatching Vanguard teams. Fast. 5 of them. Each with 5,000 elite soldiers. Their mission? Race to Zuxian Town. Now.
Just 5,000 each against potentially 2 million. Is that just to slow them down by time?
Exactly. It shows how desperate the situation is, but also the incredible trust Yu Fei has in these specific commanders to be that first crucial line of defense, even against overwhelming odds.
Who does he send? It must be his best guys.
His absolute best.
Yeah.
And he sends them out one after another like rapid fire. Yang Zixing, fresh off his fight in the array, goes first.
Okay.
Then his own son, Yu Yun, is second. Think about that, sending your son into the teeth of that.
Shows the stakes. Who's third?
Get this. Yang Chengfeng, the guy who just betrayed Yang Fen.
Really? He
Yep.
trusts him that quickly?
Apparently. Yu Fei specifically orders him to go third and support Yu Yun. It shows Yu Fei's pragmatism, maybe, his ability to integrate useful people, even former enemies, straight into his command structure when the need is dire.
That's fascinating strategic thinking right there. Who else?
Yu Holong goes fifth. He's literally throwing his fastest, most trusted spearheads at the problem, hoping to stall the Jin advance.
And just those 5 teams.
No, that's just the first wave. He also fires off urgent messages to all the other regional commanders, tells them, get your troops to Zuxian Town, now. Converge there.
So it's an all-hands-on-deck call, a desperate scramble to meet this massive invasion force.
Totally. It sets the stage for some of the most famous, most desperate battles in the entire story, and maybe in Chinese history, the defense of Zuxian Town. General Yu Fei. He's known for his strategy, but he's under massive pressure here. And one of his first moves is, honestly, pretty striking. He quickly brings a former enemy, Luo Yanqing, into his command. Doesn't just forgive him, he immediately puts him in charge of the 6th detachment. That's 5,000 troops heading straight for Zuxian Town.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point.
What does that immediate trust tell us about Yu Fei?
Well, it speaks volumes, doesn't it? About the pragmatism needed in war. I mean, bringing in a former enemy is risky, obviously. But Yu Fei's move shows a leader putting skill and immediate need above old grudges. Maybe he was confident in his own command, or maybe he just calculated that the Jin threat was so huge, internal issues had to wait. It's a powerful lesson, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes your best asset might come from somewhere unexpected if you're willing to, extend that trust.
And then there's this other detail that really brings the human cost home, a battlefield wedding.
Oh, yeah?
Yu Fei had apparently prearranged for Wu Shangzi to marry Yao Shi, but with the Jin invasion so close, he tells Wu Shangzi, get married tonight.
Tonight.
And then lead the 7th detachment, another 5,000 troops, to the front lines first thing tomorrow morning. It's almost unbelievable.
It really is. It highlights this extraordinary blend of personal life and military duty. The war just overshadows everything else. It's not just logistics, it's psychological too, right?
Wow.
It sends a message. Total dedication is expected. Even your wedding day is secondary to defending the realm. Imagine being the commander, Yu Fei, having to make decisions like that, knowing the personal cost. That's a heavy burden.
Definitely. And while all this is happening, the troop movements, the wedding Yu Fei also has to deal with a problem within his own territory. There's this rebel leader, Yang Mo. He's being chased by Yang Hu and the Gang brothers. And the story gives us this really vivid image. Niu Gao, who's known for being tough, he's wearing these special wave-breaking shoes.
Right, the shoes.
He spots Yang Mo on the water, swings his mace, and takes him down. It's like something out of a movie, isn't it?
It is. And it's more than just a cool detail. Those shoes, they kind of symbolize being ready for anything, adaptable. Shows the specialized skills these guys had. But more broadly, it shows how vital it was to crush internal threats fast, especially when you're facing a huge invasion. Any dissent could wreck the whole plan.
Keeps discipline, prevents distractions.
Exactly.
And the justice that follows is immediate. Yang Mo is caught, brought to Yufei, and Yufei, just like that, orders his execution. Beheading.
No hesitation.
His reason. They need to get to Zuxian town urgently, and taking a prisoner would slow them down, maybe cause complications.
Makes sense strategically.
Yang Mo's head gets sent off to the capital, Linen, as proof of victory. And New Gao. He's immediately told to go gather supplies for the army. Talk about efficiency.
It's ruthless, but you can see the logic in wartime. There's no time for long trials when the enemy's at the gates. So executing Yang Mo does a few things. Gets rid of the threat, sends a clear message to anyone else thinking of rebelling, and crucially avoids a logistical headache. Sending the head isn't just, we won, it's also politics showing the court things are under control. It really underscores the pressure on leaders to keep moving and keep order.
So, with those internal issues sorted and his first moves made, the main advance begins. Yufei and Han Marshal combine their forces. It's a massive army, 300,000 troops, marching towards Zuxian town.
The stage is set.
Definitely. But now we zoom in on one single incredible warrior. We focus now on Yang Zixing. He's leading the first detachment, pushing forward through heavy November snow. 2 days, 2 nights. They're getting close to Zuxian town.
And the weather itself is like another enemy here.
Absolutely. And this is where we get a clearer picture of the enemy commander, Wuzu the Fourth Prince. He's got this huge force, the 6 Kingdoms and 3 Rivers army.
Which the narrative says is 12 teams, 50,000 each. So 650,000 troops.
A massive number.
But here's the kicker, the psychological warfare part. They're claiming to have 2 million soldiers.
2 million.
Yeah, advancing toward Shaoshang Bridge. It's pure intimidation, trying to make the Song forces feel totally outnumbered, hopeless. How does that kind of deception play out on the ground, you think?
It's meant to terrify, right? To make you think fighting is pointless. But Yang Zixing's reaction, it's something else.
Yeah.
He sees this enemy horde described like ants covering everything. And what does he do? He tells his own 5,000 men, set up camp, wait here.
Okay.
And then he says something like, look at them, like ants. If you all go, you'll just be throwing your lives away. I will go and kill them, turn heaven and earth upside down.
Wow.
He decides to charge.
Yeah.
Alone. What does that tell us about the kind of warrior ideal they celebrated back then?
Well, this is where the novel really pushes into legend, isn't it? Yang Zixing's choice isn't just about being brave. It's a statement about leadership, about sacrifice. He knows a straight fight is suicide for his men, so he decides to use his own incredible skill as a shock weapon to cause chaos, panic. His charge becomes a psychological weapon itself, terrify the enemy, inspire his own men with this almost impossible act of courage. It's the ultimate belief in one person's ability to change everything, even against crazy odds.
And the story delivers. He rides into the Jin camp, bang, 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 takes down 4 enemy generals. Sui Huanan. Snow in the south, north, east, west.
Right, the 4 snow generals.
And the detail, impaling Sui Wadong in the neck with his spear. It's so visceral, it makes his skill feel terrifyingly real.
It's that kind of specific, almost over-the-top detail that makes the legend stick, isn't it? Taking out 4 named commanders so fast sends a shockwave. It tells the whole Jin army that this isn't just some soldier, this is something else. It establishes his power immediately.
And here's the really stunning part. His solo attack causes total chaos among 20 myriad, that's 200,000 enemy troops.
200,000. From one man's charge.
They don't fight back, they panic, they flee, they trample each other. The description is intense. Mountains of corpses and rivers of blood.
Self-inflicted casualties on a massive scale.
Caused by the terror inspired by one warrior. What does that say about the power of perceived invincibility in war?
This account really shows how stories, how myths, can shape battlefield psychology. Yang Zixing becomes more than a man. He's a force of nature, a psychological bomb. Think about it. The enemy's morale is already shaky, the inflated numbers, the harsh weather. Then this one guy does the impossible. It shatters their nerve completely. It's less about the actual physical damage he could do alone and more about the fear. That fear spreads like wildfire and causes them to basically destroy themselves. It's a powerful story about how belief or terror can be just as potent as swords and arrows.
So Yang Zixing, after causing all this chaos, he's chasing the fleeing enemy. They're heading north, and he comes up with a plan.
Still focused on total victory.
Exactly. He wants to take a shortcut, cut them off, intercept them, and kill them to the last man. He's not just content with routing them.
And right there, that ambition, that drive for total annihilation, that's where fate steps in with a cruel twist. His plan, strategically, it makes sense. But it had a fatal flaw he didn't know about. The Zhaoshang River. The heavy snow had completely hidden it. It just looked like flat land. But the fleeing Jin soldiers, they knew the terrain. They were heading straight for Zhaoshang Bridge, a safe crossing point.
Local knowledge proving critical, even in retreat.
Precisely.
So Yang Zixing, completely unaware, charges right towards where he thinks he can cut them off.
Straight into the hidden river.
His horse stumbles, falls into the mud, and reeds. They're trapped, rider and horse.
And the enemy, who were fleeing in terror moments before, they see this. His sudden vulnerability. Their chance.
They turn and unleash 10,000 arrows, just a massive volley.
The description is brutal.
It really is. It says Yang Zixing and his horse end up looking like a brushwood hut because all the arrows sticking out of them.
Like a stark image.
A devastating, deeply ironic end for someone who seemed literally invincible just moments before.
From a storytelling perspective, it's incredibly powerful, isn't it? It shows that even the greatest skill, the greatest courage, can be undone by things you can't control. A hidden river, bad luck, the environment itself. His death becomes this tragic lesson within the story. Courage is essential, but it doesn't make you immune to fate, or just the simple, harsh realities of the world around you.
And that lamenting poem they include afterwards really drives it home. The drum of heaven struck in the southeast, a falling general star in the northwest. Before enjoying the emperor's grace, he first wept by night fireflies in the underworld.
Wow, a powerful epitaph. It cements him as this tragic hero figure even in death.
So night falls, and the story shifts again. Now Yu Yun arrives, leading the second detachment.
Yu Fei's son.
Right, and he's met by Yang Zixing's surviving soldiers. They have to deliver the terrible news. Yang Zixing, the hero, took the wrong path, fell into the river, killed by arrows.
Imagine hearing that, in the dark. After a hard march, it must have been crushing, not just personally for Yu Yin, but for the whole army's morale.
Yeah.
Losing a figure like Yang Zixing so suddenly, that's a huge blow. A strategic setback, too. How Yu Yin reacts now is critical.
And his reaction is instant. It's pure grief. He cries out, blames himself, this is my fault, I was too late.
That weight of responsibility.
But the grief, it just flips almost instantly into rage. A burning need for revenge.
Understandable.
He orders his troops to make camp, but then, fueled by this anger, he does exactly what Yang Zixing did. He charges straight into the Jin camp. Alone.
Oh, wow. History repeating itself.
It seems like it. It's a mirror image of Yang Zixing's charge. But what does this impulsive, vengeful act mean now? Is it strategy or just pure emotion?
Well, it's a classic theme, isn't it? Exploring emotion in battle. On one level, Yu Yin's charge shows loyalty. That deep bond between warriors. It's a dramatic, maybe even cathartic response to loss. It fits the heroic ideal. But from a strategic view, you have to ask, is this just repeating the same mistake? Is raw emotion, that thirst for revenge, blinding him to the potential danger? It highlights that thin line between inspiring bravery and, well, reckless action, especially after a tragedy. Can that kind of passion really substitute for careful planning, especially when the enemy might now be expecting something like this?
And that's exactly where this part of the story leaves us. Yu Yun charging headlong into the enemy, driven by grief and vengeance. The final line is just perfect cliffhanger material. We do not know the outcome of this victory or defeat, so let's listen to the next chapter's explanation. Leaves you wanting more.